live. Let me just wait for the stream to come through its delay. Make sure we're all good. Do, do. There it is. All right, that is looking like it's working. Okay, we are live. Smoothly this time, too, which is a refreshment. Usually there's a bit of problem solving at the start. Let me just triple check that everything is working as intended with a little command. And we're good. All right. So, art fight. Some of you probably saw the short where I first started doing this. But yeah. Uh, make sure that's. No, why is it? I had a bunch of people waiting and now they're gone. Weird. Okay, well, let's get everything set up. Because I said. Now, I've already grabbed a slew of bookmarked characters to levy some attacks against. But for now, I believe we shall start with Bingo by Bird Nest. Part of Team Mystery again. Not targeting them specifically intentionally, but it just worked out that way. But yeah, let's do this. It's this time around we're gonna be doing it as a 3D, so we're gonna hop on over to GIMP if my window capture wants to work. Hold up. Why are you not? There we go. Now you're registering it. All right. New. We'll do wide format. Oh, almost forgot. I gotta play the cube. So we have stuff to listen to. How foolish of me. Alright. Let's. No. Not liking that pose. Also, I had the mouth positioned wrong too. Oops. Hinges like this. Yeah. It's stubbier than that. Okay, so. Okay. Nah, he's chunkier than that. Need to make him bigger. And then it's got the nostrils more like up here, and then the eyes around right there. Okay. Now I'll make the background this color so it's easier to see what I'm doing. New layer. little man. We are doing art fight at the moment. So, if you don't know, I can explain the rules here in a moment. But we are essentially, let me find the right thing, doing this character by Bird Nest over on Art Fight. Let me turn the music down for me. Hang on, I'm gonna turn the music down for me. Just a moment. So, let me adjust my. I'll lower mine and then up it on the thing. Maybe lower it for me a little bit more. So basically, it's it goes for the month. Let me bring us back to Art Fight. So, why? I'm clicking the wrong things. That's what's wrong. Okay, so this. So, Art Fight is overtaxed because there's a lot of different people using it at the moment. So we gotta wait for this to process. So let me go back to drawing. But Art Fight is a once a year challenge thing that game-ish thing that runs for once a month for the month. And you're basically you sign up and then you upload a few characters of your own. You get assigned to a team and you attack other people from other teams by doing art of their characters. And depending on how in-depth you went with your art of their characters, you get a certain amount of points for it. Gross oversimplification, but I've been wanting to do it for a few years now, but the year before, it kind of just slipped my mind when it was time, because I forgot which month it was. And then the year before that, I kind of was just too self-conscious to take part. But yeah, it's essentially like a month-long, essentially art trading thing where we make art of each other's characters. Gets lets different artists meet and see each other's work. All that. You can do pretty much any kind of medium you want, from what I'm gathered, but you can't like use anything pre-done. Your own characters can be art you've already done, as far as I can tell, as far as I'm seen looking through the rules. But when you're doing an attack on another character, you can't have like done that artwork for the attack before. Oh, is my latency that low, or has this been rewound? It should have been back to me at this point. Did I not click it back to me? I didn't click it back to me. Whoops. That's what was going on. My bad. But yeah, if you saw the video where I did the one Hollow Knight character, that was my first attack in this. And now for the stream, we're going to be doing as many more as I can till I'm too tired to keep doing so tonight. Oh, that's what I was thinking of last time I had the cube looping. This one reminds me of Green Path's theme. That's why that's what was lingering in the back of my head. Yeah, until I get the fur on this is kind of reminding me of Kezu. But yeah, it's something I've been meaning to do for a little while now, and I'm just this year is the one year I'm finally starting to do it. I think it's also an anniversary of Art Fight. You can't. Why are you? You should be on the thing. Why are you doing this? Really? I am sorry. Nope, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Alright, we should be back on correctly. I have no idea why it's fighting me today. Okay. Wouldn't be one of my streams without some kind of technical difficulty. It's just hitting in the middle of the stream, not the start. Yeah, apparently OBS just decided to not display the thing I told it to display for some reason. Yeah. Okay. Here, do this. And if I somehow manage to exhaust all of the ones I was thinking about doing in this stream, we might make a new character to see if people want to attack it. Yeah, I'll pull up if it'll let me actually. Oh, the page finally loaded. Let me. So yeah, this is what the main page of Art Fight looks like. The current 3 teams for this season are comedy, mystery, and tragedy. I got tossed into tragedy when I joined. But you've got like the recent characters people have posted, recent attacks people have posted, and then you essentially pick characters and either bookmark them for later, which is what I've done, or go do attacks themselves. Because like I said, I did this one yesterday evening, technically this morning, actually. I think it was past midnight by the time I finished. But when we come back to bookmarks, which is ones I've, thought about doing, we are doing bingo over here. For characters I'll be making, I'm not really sure. Are we back to okay? It's working this time. I'm not really sure because I've seen all kinds of different characters looking through it. Pretty much the sky's the limit for what people have come up with for this. If I'm being honest, it's still a little intimidating because I'm a newcomer to this space. I want to do things well, but I also know it's not really that serious of a space. But I mean, I have myself and Human up there. Have I ever actually said that's what I called that character? Human, the guy, the purple suited dude with the multicolor with the eyes that are random colors each time that does the head contortions. I got both of them up there. So we'll see if anyone decides to do an attack of them. At least one person has found my channel through the art fighting already, so that's nice. Yeah, I'm not sure what in the realm of new characters I'll do if we get to that point. Oh, I am on the... I have been on the wrong layer this whole time. Shoot. That explains why that wasn't showing up. Okay. Nope, wrong thing again. Why? This. Okay. Get that mislayered out of here. uh, Alright. Yeah, it does have a very Demogorgon look to it. That's probably what inspired the character initially, if I hazard a guess. Okay. Then Space Art Showcase. Join the Discord Mirror Sense. Yeah, I thought that was you. I wasn't 100% sure, but yeah, I thought that was. Hey, I'm glad to have you here. And now that I do know that was you, you have it gotten way better throughout the art showcases. It's been fun seeing you got and you grow and shift your art style as things have gone on. Yeah, I'm glad you're having fun with those. Hopefully, the one video I'm waiting on to finish the robot art showcase will be finished soon. We'll see. Need to lower the opacity on that. Hey, Marcus and Tricast character. Oh, yeah, I recognize the name pretty much only because I watched the Press Start to Laugh videos because that guy's hilarious. The what if character talked in videos. If you've ever seen those. Hopefully the demo dogness will get taken down a bit once I get his eye and his nose, or eye and nose, given the angle. enemy. Yeah, a bunch of spiky teeth. Okay. This for a start, we'll go to paint instead of airbrush. Just kind of gonna go. And actually, I think looking at, yeah, I think they are double layered. So we're gonna go like so. Now we'll come in with pure white. Give them highlight. Pretty much, yeah. Like I said, I've never played Poppy Playtime, and honestly, I don't really have too much of an interest in doing so. I mean, maybe for a video, maybe for a stream at one point if I get monetized enough to afford it one day. But like I said, I have seen the Press Start to Laugh series of Playtime, which so I've seen the designs from that. I admit some of the designs aren't terrible, but it seems like it's gone down the route of let's continually sequel bait and never actually finish the game and just release a million chapters to milk it. So that could just be my ill-favored impression from what little I've seen. I think. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Then I had my markers for about there, but is that correct? Just not quite. Okay. So we're gonna come here. We're gonna rework this, see what looks right. That eye was definitely too big there. Let's do. It's too far down. About here and here. That's. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Airbrush. About like so. That barely did anything. Should have set my opacity higher, but it's enough I can see what I was doing. There, that like so. And then family, because each one follows the same thing. Yeah, enter new areas, solve new puzzle, get chased, and cliffhanger in the game has. Yeah, like I said, that's why I figured sequel baiting and just play the game for watch time. Or, not watch time, but playtime metrics on Steam. And there's so many of the basically same concept games like that. You know, either you're a parent at Scary Man Daycare and your child is totally somewhere in this facility and this facility goes down, you're going to keep going down. You're going to keep going down improbable distance. I'm pretty sure you should have reached the core of the planet by this point, but you're still going down. How did they obtain the permits for this? You're still going down. Uh, yeah, I mean, some of the chase sequences did look fun from clips of it I've seen, but yeah, not worth getting the whole game for. Da, 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 da. Clean this up a bit, even though we're gonna fuzz it back out again. Oh, that was on the wrong thing. That's why it was working wrong. Go with the. Now this part isn't canon to the design, but we'll still do a little ghosting of red here and here, and we'll come back and VR horror games. Play a few, never again. Don't like being in the game and actually experiencing it. My problem with VR is that I get motion sick in it like incredibly easily. The only way I can play a VR game if it's either the kind of VR game where you're stood in one spot or you're in a vehicle in the game. For some reason, if I'm in a vehicle in the game, it doesn't affect me. But if I'm in a spaceship in the game, okay, I'm piloting a spaceship, I'm in a vehicle, my brain understands that it's supposed to be moving without me feeling it. But if I'm in like one of the VR, like a boxing game or something, and I'm supposed to be moving, but I move by like swinging my arms instead of actually walking around, it throws me off so bad, and I can't take it for more than a couple seconds. Probably the two VR games I actually will still play sometimes, though not that commonly, are Beat Saber and Super Hot, and maybe Space Pirate Simulator too a little bit. The headache. Yeah, it's not so much a headache for me. I mean, if I've been playing for 12 hours, yeah, but that's with any game. But it's nausea. It's motion sickness nausea. Because my brain, if my brain thinks my body is moving and my body isn't telling my brain it's moving, it makes me want to hurl. But when, like I say, it's if I'm in a vehicle in the game, it's fine because a vehicle moves you without you moving, and my brain gets that. But if it's just supposed like in-game body moving and not me, yeah, my stomach starts gurgling, and I can't do it for more than a couple seconds. But Super Hot was really fun. I really liked Super Hot. It made you feel really badass with the slow motion action. Hmm. I'm not about 10 minutes get a headache. Hmm. That sounds like that could be something. I don't know what. I am not even remotely a medical professional, so I have no way of saying. But usually the main issues from what I know of, with doing VR is nausea, not intense headache, though I could be wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a medical person. I don't know. think I think we're okay there. Let's start working on environment. And it could be nothing then. Like I said, I don't really know enough to actually be talking about this. But yeah, it's weird. I mean, maybe you're just not drinking enough. I used to get real. It could be that. You could just be dehydrated. Something like that tone. Put some of that around here. Mix some of that in there. What? Oh, I'm erasing. That's what the problem was. Whoops. We'll just mix this over and come in with another color. How did I not realize I was erasing? Let's go back to this. More kind of browns. Yeah, I'm bad about doing that myself some days. I try to be better with it. I know it sucks when I get dehydrated, but sometimes you forget and because you're focused on doing something else. Something that used to help when I was younger, though I haven't done it in years, and it could have just been a placebo, is just dunking your head in like a sink or a bucket of cool water. Like I say, it could have just been dumb kid placeboing himself, but so it noted in it, quoting from description given for Bingle by the creator, despite its intimidating rows of teeth and timid behavior, this little giant is mainly a herbivore. So I was gonna have it gnawing on a tree branch, and then do some sky, and then I'm probably gonna crop it to be like right here. Oh. Once I actually get it done. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. You want to do layer, new layer. Do our tree right here. Might throw some more trees off in the background too. Mega Chameleon, yes. I really want to do that one, but as we've discussed before, in terms of money, I have no money. Not even like the $3-5 that costs. I really, like I said, I think I would be fantastic at it considering digital artist and everything. But No monies. I very broke. And until I either actually get someone to give me an interview after applying, or get enough watch time to get monetized, or figure out a way to sell some of my art, which I've been looking into, but nothing's seemed like I can just start doing with, at least not while keeping anonymity. I don't know. I've put out some feelers for a couple things, but I've yet to hear anything back for that. Yeah, I've heard of Mecha Chameleon. I want to play it at some point, even if it'll probably not be in the popular by the time I get to it. Honestly, probably the next games I'll do. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, probably the next games I'll do for a stream on Extra is probably either going to be one of the games I have for the Wii, like we were talking about a while back, or either Casualties Unknown as its own standalone video initially, so I can make sure it's YouTube friendly, or at least YouTube channel friendly, or this game I found, the demo of a game I found called Mass Builder, I think is what it's called. Yeah, I do want to do the Wii. My one hang up with doing the Wii is that last time I tried the capture card, the cheap capture card I had for it, it's not bringing the Wii audio to my computer, so I'd have to have a microphone like right up on the TV speakers. I might be able to do that actually because I do technically have two microphones. I might be able to stretch the cord to make that work. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'd have to test that. I might test that another day. Yeah, I still have a ton of things on the Wii. Obviously, Monster Hunter Tri that I've been playing since for I can remember, quite literally. But I've got I got had one of I think the first Sonic game, the Wii port of that. I got Mario Brothers 3, got World of Goo. I got an old Goosebumps video game that I don't remember if I ever beat. Hello! I think you're new. I don't think. Like a chameleon from PS5, have to see all the collection of dig. Yeah. What happened just a second ago? Someone popped up and then immediately vanished. That was weird. I didn't think you could delete comments in chat. What happened there? That's like some bad creepypasta stuff. He appeared in the chats and then vanished instantly, leaving no evidence he was there, and yet I see it in my dreams. The madness, it calls me. What is going on? Yeah. Is whoever that was in the back rooms now? Did they get sent to the Shadow Realm? what? what? What happened there? Uh, uh, uh. Yeah. Huh? I need to get that one meme, huh? Sound effect as a audio command, actually. It'd probably be funny. Actually, if you have any recommendations for more things I could have be chat commands at another point, please let me know. The ones I have right now were originally just temporary placeholders, and I haven't figured out anything better to put in there, except for Duel. I want to keep Duel, even if I haven't done too much Yu-Gi-Oh since then, at least on stream.
Nope.
Now, oh, you didn't mean to go no. Yeah, that happens sometimes. I've been there. Alright, let's go to my texture brush. We'll do this. Need some more. Yeah.
Nope.
It's good that that's working too. I was worried that it cut out for a minute. But no, the stream effects, the stream score and things are still working, so stream effects are still working good. Yeah. So have things been on your end since like I think it was a day, 2 days ago that we did the last stream? I don't know, time is a strange slippery thing. Probably gonna need to smudge this around a bit. Add a bit more of a gray. A little rough now. Probably at that point of I think we're almost to the point of, oh no, do I even know how to do art? This looks terrible. Right before I somehow magic it into looking good. No, I scream when I die right now. Yeah. Yeah, don't tell anyone, but I basically made myself a milkshake while I was cooking dinner today. If someone watching this, I mean, yeah, I have not been super controlled on that either, if I'm being honest. Did make some really good, like, I think they're kind of like a flatbread, crispy thing, like a fried, essentially like fried pizza crust almost, but like a flour tortilla thing. It was supposed to be like Indian tacos, but I made them a little too thin for that, so they were a bit more crispy, but it was good. I've been enjoying making bread. I've Yeah. I mean, I've been trying to, if not at least eat less. I mean, eat, you know, if not at least eating more healthy per each meal, eating less per each meal. I've been skipping lunches for a long while recently, and that's a little weird for me because normally I am super hungry, but I think I finally managed to wean myself down a little bit. Problem is, sugary anything are a huge weakness for me. And once I know it's in the house, it takes willpower not to make it disappear. I really like this piece of stock music. I think I've said that before. Now we go for one of my... This... No, not this one. This one? Nope. This it? This one's it. Crystalline? It kind of does have a crystalline feeling, too. To me, this one has always been, like, one of... I guess not... I guess kind of backrooms, but the outdoor liminal space vibes that are, like, meant to be extra childhood nostalgic, but in a slightly creepy way videos. You know what I mean? Does that even vaguely make sense outside of my head? Now we will take this, go a bit lighter. Do this brush. A bit smaller. Up the saturation more. I know. Further delineate the bark patches that made. And we'll go back to Dingle afterwards. Star Wars? Yeah, I mean, fairly. I mean, I know what Kuat Drive Yards is. I don't... Now, do I know every Bilbo Squingus? No. I do know what the genre of music being played in the cantina was called. And where the name Starkiller came from. I didn't read the Legends comics, but I've delved into them and stuff. All right, so top 5. Obi-Wan's got to be up there. Obi-Wan's definitely up there. I would have said Luke before the Disney movies made Luke not good anymore. Clone Wars era Anakin, maybe, I don't know. Ezra, again pre-Disneyification, Ezra Bridges is Ezra and Sabine. Let me think. So Obi-Wan definitely at the top. Yeah. Honestly, Ezra and Sabine. Actually, yeah. Then again, we're talking Rebels series, not Disney nostalgia baiting. Nah. Honestly, don't count sequels. Don't think they're canon. I mean, I heard somewhere, and I honestly hope this is true, that Disney is actually planning to just retcon them into no longer existing because of how bad they were. Like the very first one of the sequels was okay. It was just A New Hope again, but it was okay. But then after that, somehow Palpatine returned. And of course, they fly now, despite having always flown. Yeah, those ones were a mess. Hmm. I did like Mandalorian though. I didn't like the Obi-Wan show though. Like the what I remember watching a Mandalorian, because I don't think I've seen all of it, but what I remember watching of it I liked, but I really did not like the Obi-Wan series. No. Best part of the prequels. No. Honestly, though, looking back, the politics of the prequels is scarily, ooh, god, that's uncomfortably real now, at least a little bit. Stevie Boy knew how to play them. Honestly, I need to see if I can't find and play the old Republic games too, because from what little I know of Revan, he was pretty cool, but I never played any of those, so I don't have first-hand knowledge of him. Oh, Grievous, if you actually look into his pre-retcon story, Grievous was a really interesting character, especially. Oh. And it also goes to show how much Republic era Jedi Order wasn't the greatest. Top 5: Anakin, Vader, Grievous, Luke, Vader. Yeah, Grievous is great. Like, from especially when they let Grievous actually be the menace he was supposed to be in the animated series. Series, brain non braining. I know it's series. Why did I say Series? Whatever. Yeah, ooh. It's been so long since I've actually watched Rebels anymore, but I remember really Dooku got a lot of character stuff in Greb. Yeah, but I mean, he did get nerfed from the Windu chest crush, so there's at least a reason for it. Ah, I wouldn't have called you on that either way. I don't remember which one was which. If I'm being honest, it's been too long. I am due for a rewatch of the good Star Warses. I heard the new Maul movie or series, whichever one it is good. I just haven't seen it yet. I've been hesitant because it's still Disney Star Wars. I think that's a little bit thicker here. Take it out like right there. Yeah, I'm not the kind of nerd to get the best Star Wars. Feel like watching Star Wars production in a while. Yeah, I think part of the reason it was good is because they had like the main guy who voiced Maul and everything short of the movies Maul was in. The same guy who played Star Killer in Force Unleashed.
because he is an actual Star Wars fan and knows the lore far better than I do. And imagine that you have people who actually care about the world work on the world, and you get a good product. Inconceivable. Alright, that's good. Again, up right here a little. And we'll fade that out later. Alright, let's work on you some more. What I'm gonna do is, I think, yeah, we will take smudge brush, this tool, and just start going. Exactly. Who would have thought if you did the thing that everyone always says is the right move, it would be the right move? It's almost like if you let the people that are passionate about the thing work on the thing and don't control and force them to do dumb things or change the canon to appease the shareholders, you will have an actual good product. There we go. Nice and fluffy. Need to put a little bit more. Right here for it to pull out. Need this brush. Yeah, the Holdo maneuver was a cool set piece. I will give it that. It's a dumb set piece, but it's a cool looking set piece. But I cannot forgive them doing that to Luke. The guy who, you know, the especially not having known at least a little bit of Legend Luke lore at this point, the kind of thing he pulled against the Yuzong Fong, and then they do that. Oh no, making an astral projection phone call is too much. Bleh. Meanwhile, Legends lore has Jedi literally just yeeting themselves through hyperspace through the power of the Force alone. Yeah, what was the point of the Death Star? Yes, yes. If you could just throw ship, like, all you'd need, if, because that's not how hyperdrives were supposed to work, right? You're not traveling at light speed. You're traveling through a different dimension, hyperspace. You're in hyperspace, not regular space going hyperspeed. Hence, and while there is problems if you, the ship, smash into a stellar body, it's because you're going to get fragmented through hyperspace, not, you know. Definitely looking better there. Need to do a layer above the tree so we have fur going past the tree, but I'll do that here in a moment. Okay, how do I want to take this? Let's do background. This. Million Star Destroyer at the ground. Like, yeah, no. So, That, I hate that one because it almost works, right? See, if they had done any establishing of anything that happened in that last movie, then it sucks because that one so very could have worked if they just did it not stupid. Instead of having the Star Destroyer, each of them being Death Star level Star Destroyers that have been there since the time of the Empire, which, what? No. Have the rebels or whatever, also the New Republic's immediate disbandment of their military, like that, even though they have the historical evidence that that was a stupid idea in the form of the Old Republic, or no, the Republic, then it's the New Republic by the time of the sequel, and then it's the Old Republic's favorite sequel, whatever. Uh, like, why did the Rebels slash New Republic demilitarize? Uh, that there's such a brain dead thing there. How about instead of that, and instead of the First Order just appearing and taking over overnight out of nowhere from nothing? How about you tell the story of have the remains of the Empire, maybe have Tarkin, like maybe Tarkin. Wait, no, did Tarkin survive? I don't remember at this point. Tarkin or Thrawn. Thrawn was the blue guy. Yeah, Thrawn's the blue one. Tarkin's the human. Have some of them, whoever survived by the time, I don't remember off the top of my head. Them essentially start Empire Secundus. I think Warhammer brain going Warhammer, but out in, say, the Outer Rims, and essentially reverse the prequels. Or if you have to stick with the First Order coming out of nowhere and somehow Palpatine returning, at least foreshadow Palpatine returning and not just mother of all expedition dumps first thing of the movie, somehow he's returned. Like, foreshadow throughout the other two movies of, like, old Imperial shipyards are being have been hired and reactivated by someone, and they're sending ships out to deep space, and we lost track of them. Yes, like, the sequels had good visual, but no thought out plot. And I'll be honest, some of George's plot threads were a little too, but they were definitely better than the sequels. Honestly, I don't know how much Lucas was involved in the Clone War animated Clone Wars teams, both of them, both the Tarkowski and 3D one, and the Rebels. But I'd want the writers of Rebel, if we somehow got a reboot of the prequels, I would have the writers of Rebels and the Clone Wars series be the ones to do it, or get the best of them. I don't know who is who off the top of my head, and have them do the writing, and then just give them the Hollywood movie budget. Because the first of the prequels had potential too, and they just wanted, like, Finn or Flynn or whatever, the stormtrooper who decided to not be a stormtrooper. There was so much potential there. They could have done some really interesting things with that. Heck, they could have actually done the thing and actually made Rey go dark side and have Finn step up and be a non-force using hero and him be the lead, which could have been cool. Instead, they made Rey the mother of all Mary Sues. Except for, of course, Ebony Maven Darkness, whatever, from My Immortal. Don't ever read that unless you want to torture yourself. But then again, I think everyone should be forced to read at least a few chapters in My Immortal. Finn a Jedi is an ex-stormtrooper, then yeah. Also, I have no idea why cooking didn't trigger. Did my thing stop tracking that? Okay, it just has to be the first word. But you don't even have to necessarily make Finn a Jedi. It could work. It could be cool. But I also think having our main character not be a Force sensitive or be a not strong enough to have anything more than unusual levels of luck Force sensitive could be interesting, especially if they were up against a Sith, like an actual, like a Sith or well, dark side or Rey. That could be good, you know. Or just, do anything other with her than have Finn just be there and shout in the background. Because, like, there could have been a good story here. But there wasn't. But hey, at least it was better than the Monster Hunter movie. Oh, God, right. Yeah. You had the potential to do something super good there, too. Because you could have just had her go full on. Yeah, I am Rey Palpatine. Reclaim the name, turn it into something not evil. Redemption arcs and messages and themings there of you're not defined by your past and parentage. No, I'm just gonna claim the name Skywalker. Which I'm pretty sure, and this, I don't, 50-50, this is a fanon thing I picked up from some fanfic or another, but wasn't the last name Skywalker basically just like the name of, like the Tatooine equivalent of, like, the prophesized slavery breaker, essentially? Or something like that, and it was like a last name. We gave the people who got free from slavery this last name as like a cultural thing, and like it's not even like a family line. It's like something like how in Game of Thrones, the bastard children are called like waters, rivers, whatever, depending on the region. Wasn't Skywalker something like that in the first place? So her going to Tatooine and calling herself that is basically just her LARPing as being an ex-slave or something. I could entirely be misremembering that too. Like I said, it could have been something I read in a fanfic once. Uh, like if you're gonna send something to Discord for you to check out, it's not long. Okay, go ahead. I will take a look at that here in a moment. Let me know once it's through. Keep working on this. Let's see. Layer new. Do, 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 do. Where is? No, it is this brush. Yeah. And then we'll do dodge burn. Back to Senate? Okay, let me go check that out. I think I might have seen that a while back, but I mean, I think I might have seen that a while back, but I will watch that again just to make sure after the stream. I mean, even if it is what I think it is, it was funny, so I'll watch it again. Layer new. Do something like that. Thank you. Yeah, I can do fur pretty decently. It's actual hair that trips me up. Like, about to come in and do my shadow layering here in a minute or two. Deciding if I want to stick anything in the background too much. That will do another layer of fill. Symmetry is my worst enemy. Yeah, Again, I'll normally fake it if I have to do something truly symmetrical. I'll fake it by just doing one half, duplicating it, and then flipping it, and then just smoothing it where it meets up. It's not the best solution, but I don't have like a mirror drawing tool. Yeah. I mean, if you have tracing paper, you could use tracing paper, draw one side of it, trace over it, flip that over, or use that as your reference. Oh, that's not... Oh, I was doing that on the background. Whoops. Didn't hit new layer. I mean, I can't imagine tracing paper is super expensive. It's just really thin paper that's semi see-through. But again, If I am wrong and tracing paper is like ridiculously expensive for no reason, I'm sorry. I mean, if you do marker stuff too, so you could always use like Saran wrap or cling wrap to do a similar idea with. Or if you have like some connects or an erector set kit or something like that, I forgot the name of the tool, but you might be able to make one of those tools where it mirrors what you do with one pencil on another. I don't think that'd be great for like symmetry that meets in the center, but if you wanted to do like two different instances of the same thing on a drawing, that might work. I forgot what that thing's called though. I'm not happy with that grass. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that grass. I'm not happy with it. Layer new. And instead, I'm gonna take this and go like that. Yeah, I like that better. Alright. And then this. Do the same eraser at the end, like so. And then on the tree, been making character portraits, but can never have them center perfectly. Let's see one thing perfect. Yeah. I get you. Now, to make things easier, layer, duplicate, pull this to right here. And we're just gonna layer up. Then we here with a rotate, like so. Drag it like that. Give it a bit more rotate. So. Mess with the scale, unchain it. That. Back like so. It's been almost 100 degrees in my area, so you're getting sunburnt. Oh. Yeah, sunburns suck. I remember I had one really bad one years and years and years and years and years ago, but thankfully I've avoided ever having a super bad one again. But yeah, wear clothing that covers it, wear a hat, use sunblock. But it being nearly 100 degrees is awful. Is it at the very least a dry heat? Because if it's a dry heat, that's slightly more tolerable. Still terrible, but it's better than it being humid and that hot. Layer new. I'll go skaboink. And then zoom. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that is terrible. I mean, it's getting to like 90s here-ish, but at least it stayed relatively dry with it. But yeah, yeesh. And then we will go these. And hit that with filter blur gauze. We will layer duplicate, filter, color, hue chrome. I mean, summer's like too hot when we went everywhere, too cold to be stuff. Hey, at least in winter, right, you can always put on more layers. No matter how bad winter gets, you can always at least somewhat abate it. Summer, past a certain point, your only option left is to take off. Like, if it gets too hot, you can take off some clothes, yeah. But eventually, you're left with no clothes to take off, and then you have to take off your skin. Meanwhile, in winter, you can just put more clothes on. Turn on some fire. Lower that opacity down. Do it about like that. Shadows decently, I think. That doesn't need shadow. We'll leave that. There's our tree. Layer, dupe, filter, repeat. Seems to make a skyline with the sunset in the background. And go for it. I haven't done one of those in a long while, but they're fun. Then layer 2, filter repeats. And for this one, we will just like that. And I'll also make a new layer right here. Make some more fake gares. Skaboosh. Shoo, shoo. Now filter blur Gaussian. There we go. Feel super nauseous, had a bad headache. I'm pretty sure it's just because super heat exhausted. Yeah, heat syncope will get you. Take this from someone who did outdoor jobs during the previous summer. Make sure, so if you, a product to look for if you're outside a lot in that is something called a Camelback. It's essentially just a giant water bottle backpack. You can fill it up with ice and then water and just wear it on your back. It'll help keep you cool with the ice water, but it also has like a straw tube that comes around, hooks on the chest strap. You can just pop that in your mouth and drink water. Which I honestly need to figure out where mine went and probably decontaminated at this point, but because it's set so long. But if you're outside a lot, I highly recommend getting a Camelback. Layer 2. Perspective. Actually, layer crop, then perspective. Resets. That, flip that to here, flip that to here. Get that positioned. As long as it's vaguely right. Transform. Color, chroma 0, color 0. Yeah, I mean, me neither, if I'm being honest. Like, you look at it and it looks beautiful, but then you see what the kind of temperatures are and you're like, oh, never mind. Does. Go, gives a shadow for that. Take our tree. Layer duplicate. For speckle diff. Layer crop. Like that. Built. Color, chroma. Filter, blur, Gaussian. Now like so. Yeah. Now we'll do layer, new layer here. Let's zoom in. A bit of that. Listen for families like 69 the warm winter jackets. Yeah, like 60 degrees is still short. Is still wearing shorts temperature for me. Filter, blur, gauze. And then now this. There we go. And now, because I'm going to be posting this to the thing, going to grab my hot air milk. Desk. No, not that. No, not that one. Where's my folders? No. There we go. There we go. Alright, no background. Thank you. This is about right here. Nope. Reset. Lock it. Put you about right here. Move it back. About right there. About right there. Yeah. Now we will begin to erase it. There we go. Now we will crop to about like so. And I think yes, that shall do for this one. So export as where is my go to here, back up one, this, and now art fights, and then what was bird nest, so copy that. Bird nests. And then the name of it was Bingle. Control C. V. Bird nest Bingle. Export. Export. Thank you very much. Let me make sure the image is good on my end, and then I'll show you what launching an attack looks like. Saved image. Yep, looks good to me. Alright. So, let me bring you back over to Artfight. I said, let me bring you back over to Artfight. Squeezle. Uh, why are you not going to either of these? Okay, if I do that and then I do this, what is going on here? If I do that and I do this, are you going to at least go back to GIMP? What are you doing? OBS. OBS Y. OBS, can you show what I'm asking you to show, please? Really? Why are you doing this? Okay, if I hide everything else for just a moment, will you then go to what I need you? Okay. Unhide all that. Now, will you come over? No, because that's buffering. All right. Yeah, I'll let Art Fight buffer again. I don't know why OBS is giving me grief about changing what window I'm on. Oh, this is... Oops. Forgot I still had that in here. Accidentally unhid it by accident. Whatever. Okay. Art Fight, are you going to let me do my attack run? Hello? Can you... Nope, we're still waiting on Cloudflare. Okay. So, while we wait on Cloudflare to process, so I can do this attack. Any questions, I guess? I don't know. Trying to keep things entertaining, but we're waiting for internet service to do what it's supposed to. I'm guessing a lot of people are trying to do their attacks for the day right now. Favorite food? Probably ramen. Probably ramen, or soup, or soups in general, but probably ramen. Or Asian noodle soups in general. I don't remember if they even still make it anymore, but there was this Vietnamese place we used to go to that had this like seafood soup. It was like angel hair rice noodles, not angel hair, but real thin rice noodles. It had like some clams in it, it had some squid in it, it had some shrimp, had a whole piece of romaine lettuce for some reason, but it worked. It was really good. Chicken fried rice. Yeah, chicken fried rice is pretty good too. Are you okay? You processed. Now, will you let me bring you... No? Come on. Okay, if I hide everything, will you let me go to this? Why? Come on. Alright, if I hit the go to attack button, because it's at least letting me do this. Alright. File, Port F, Control C, get the name again. Hibachi? I don't know if I've ever actually had hibachi grilling. Bingle. And don't think I need to give a description. All right, let me see if I can bring you back to thing at this point. There we go. Okay. So this is the page where you're submitting an attack. And now my mouse isn't moving. There we go. Okay. Yeesh. Okay. So put in the name here. We are coming down here. We are going to go main image, and then I'm going to select it, and then it's loaded in here. Characters, good rating. It is a drawing, finish level, clean sketch, lineless. Then for colored, it is clean colored painted. It should be at least. It is shaded. I'd say it's in a scene, right? Like, yeah, that's in a scene. That should be accurate. All right. Everything should be good. So we shall now launch the attack. What? One or more characters are missing a size rating? Oh, full body. Whoops. You gotta specify how much of your the character you did. I almost forgot. All right. Confirm. It is a full-bodied thing. It is full. Little to no color spill. Characters are toned or colored appropriately to match the reference image. Yep. Clean line art. Clean schedule work. Don't use line art. Define shapes. No silhouettes. Drawings have no visible line construction. Fully shaded. May influence on sources of light. Objects in the form, middle, and or background. Yep. Skaboosh. I have now attacked Bird Nest. Now let's check out my bookmarks and pick someone else. Already done them. Just did Bingle. Let's look what Gooby is. I keep attacking people from mystery. Let's see what Goofy Little Gooper Guy. Go crazy. No permission specified. Yeah, we'll do them. We'll do them next. All right, let's bring you back over to GIMP. File new. File new. We'll do a vertical image for this. New 81920. Thank you. There we go. Douche. Layer new. Then boop. Do boop. If why is my oh, because I had it on white. Whoops. Boop. Basically a circle for a head, a little diameter of a thing. Okay. Do and simple stick dig. We'll leave the feet out of it. And since the initial design on this one was so simple, we can probably have some fun with it. So I don't want to go too far with it, because, you know. mm. And that came from at the neck, pretty much. Change the pose up at least a little. So there. And then just a little the I and the V, and then plant sprig. Pikmin. That one makes me think of. Never actually played a Pikmin game. I said I wasn't much of a Nintendo person, except for the Wii. Okay. Now let's do, kind of this blue. That. Oh, where is my gap? There should be a gap there, so I should be able to. Yep. All right. Then we'll do. That. And then kind of this toned. Doop, doop. Oh, I was doing that on the background, so I will have to delete the white here in a moment. But here's whatever. Now I will layer Duke, layer merge, and erase to fix that. Then layer, new layer, normal. Oop. Do that there for a moment so I have the reference of where that is. And we will start cleaning this up a little. Pretty tired, Tina, today? Alright. Have a good evening. Like I said, I'm probably gonna do this until I get too tired and then stop too. Yeah. Have a good one. Now we will go back like that. And now we will also do that right here.
I'm not gonna do a background for this one. At least not a full one. We'll do something so there's. Now we'll open up this. Shrink it down. There we go. Alright, that works. And actually, colorize. About halfway. Blur. Zoom. Filter. Color. There we go. I think that's good. This is Megabyte Walkiston. File, export as. Walkiston's. Gooby. Export that. Now we will send the attack after Cloudflare works again, at least. Can you hear my knuckles popping? Crunchy bones, yes. Oh. How about my neck? Did that come to the mic? There's a loud neck pop. Alright. Estimated time 2 minutes. Let's try a refresh. Try a refresh. No? Alright. I think we'll shoot for doing one more tonight after this one, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how long it takes for me to be able to upload this attack. Do 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 do. Will you load so I can fire the missile? There we go. Alright. See. Do, 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 do. Size. We'll say half body because I didn't get below the knees. And then drawing, lineless, clean color. Minimal. We'll do say minimal. Pattern abstract. Image. And let's make sure, confirm attack detail. Half body, half of the character may include limbs. Animal shading. Shading may appear in one or two places, but not visible throughout the entire piece. Yeah. Pattern abstract. Contains self-made repeating designs or abstract backgrounds that are not overly simple. And what's probably, it's honestly probably a simple background instead of an abstract. Simple, what's that defined as? Features a transparent, gradient, or photograph background. One of these may also be simple frames or work using a brush. Yeah, that's probably more accurate. And then the image is, yep. Alright, submit. Do do. Yeah, no one's attacked me yet. Alright. And then bookmarks. Who do I want to do? Do I want to do anyone else tonight? I am starting to get tired. Is there anyone else out there? Or should. Yeah, I think I'll save. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it here. Alright. I don't think anyone's watching right now anyway. But in the off case that anyone is watching, now's your last shot to say something about it. Got anything to say? Because I am into this. Because if not, I am into the stream. Because like I said, getting tired. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, no one else is out there. I've been talking to myself. Well, I still don't really know how to end stream, so